Russia-Ukraine war shocked those European countries most. Ukraine is not a small country. With a population of over 40 million, it has a land area amounting to the total of Germany and England. Once determined, Russia can invade Ukraine without any resistance from Ukraine. Besides, Ukraine relies heavily on NATO. But NATO did not do anything in the face of military attack by Russia. On February 27th, President Biden said tough words. Then, Putin planned to show his strategic military power. As a result, NATO dared not say a word. Zelensky begged NATO to establish a no-fly zone in Ukraine. But no country had the courage to do that. Poland wanted to give several airplanes to Ukraine, but it dared not send them directly to Ukraine. Instead, Poland asked the US to send these airplanes to Ukraine under the pretext that the US has an airbase in Germany. But the US dared not do that either. It is sympathy with one of its kind. Now that Russia treats Ukraine in this way, European countries will be given the same treatment if they offend Russia in the future. Therefore, I estimate that both the US and European countries are thinking about how to cope with this giant polar bear in the future. These countries cannot win against Russia by military power. What should they do? They have to fight with Russia in the economic field. An enduring economic war can drag Russia down. It is much expected that Russia will be split up again, just like the former Soviet Union. If not, they must make Russia a poor country. After the economic collapse, Russia cannot start a war easily. Things have begun to develop in this way. Look, sanctions were imposed on Russia both in terms of economy and energy. The sanctions also involved other fields. Performances of Russian art troops were cancelled. Some Russian artists who take positions in several organizations in Europe and the US were fired. And even cats were involved. The Cat Fanciers Association said that it wouldn't import cats bred in Russia, and these cats could not participate in exhibitions organized by it either. These countries hate Russia very much, but they can't solve this problem. After this war, the world pattern will be completely changed. Before the war, I think people held the opinion that Putin wouldn't attack such a big sovereign state as Ukraine, though he likes to complain sometimes and is responsive to some degree. However, Russia started the war with Ukraine without any hesitation. So I think Russia will be excluded from world economy gradually. Europe relies heavily on Russia's energy now, but in the future, its reliance will gradually be reduced. Because the Russia-Ukraine war is a heavy blow for them, these countries have to think about how to weaken Russia's power in the future.